I looked over your plan, and I'm impressed with your skill. You've done a good job, so very well done. I thought I would make this little video to cover some of the things that aren't very straightforward and communicated well by just language, like this return here. Uh, the return can't be completed because of the interference of this roof plane here. And of course, you can't remove that one. So what Eric was talking about is, and this you have to do this sometimes with automatic tools or sets that are tools that are preset. You just have to step in and manually fix it. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go back to plan. Let's see, yeah, back to plan and up to the second floor. Well, I guess not. Here's the return, the automatically generated one. And let me see what the pitch is. I don't know what it is. 12, okay. I assume that's what you have the build roof dialog set to. Let me check that. I have it set to 8. I'm going to set it to 12. I'm not going to automatically rebuild roofs. It's just when you create manual roofs, the settings over here in this dialog control how manual roofs are created. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to, with the build roof tool selected, I'm going to left click and drag a baseline for a roof plane here. And drag in the direction I want it to slant. And I want it over, I don't care about that. I'm going to manually wrangle it around to where I want it. I'm going to pull this out of the wall so it doesn't chop the wall off, and make this the same overhang value as the automatically generated one. Or, well, didn't line up perfectly. Yeah, like that. Now, we need one on the left-hand side, not on the right, but I just thought I'd use that as a kind of a template. And I'm going to drag this over to this side. I'm going to go back to the overview and see where, yeah, I can't even see it. So I'm going to use this tool here, it's delete surface. It doesn't delete anything, it just temporarily removes it from the view so I can find out where that roof return is. I don't see it. Let me check something. I'm going to click on this roof plane and open this dialog and find out what the fascia top height is. That's where that thing needs to be. So I'm going to copy that value and go back to plan and find my manual return, which is here. And I'm going to lock the pitch and impress this new value on it that I got from the other side. Control V. Now it should show up in the camera view. It just came in low because of the dialog box. There it is. So there's my the beginnings of my manual return. I'm going to click on that. Whoops. Boy, it's getting a little goosey in terms of moving it in camera view. I guess I should better do this in plan view. It's a little bit too hard to move it around in a camera view. Now where did it go? Now I can't find the thing. Maybe it jumped a floor. No. Let's check on other floors to see if it moved around. I don't see it. Let's see. It should be right opposite this one. Let me see if I can hit the tab key and find it. Well, that's annoying. Oh, now it's disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay. I wouldn't look for it over here. I don't know why it jumped over there, but it did. And I'll line it back up with this baseline. Right about there. Yeah, it jumped in plan view. Okay. I'm going to use the arrow keys and move it to the left. No, that's not working. Okay. Okay, it finally did move. I need to upgrade my computer. It's a little slow. I was hitting the left arrow key. That seems to be, whoops. Wow. Lost control of that. Okay, there, now I can see it. So I'm going to move that with the arrow key over a little bit. Okay. I mean, if this is not an important detail, you could just skip it, but I thought I'd show you what Eric meant when he said manually fix it. And it's not, you know, something you have to be willing, that's important enough to you to do it. Okay, I need to move it over just a little bit more, a couple more clicks. Try to be careful with my mouse and not jerk the model around like I did last time. Now this corner up here, I'm going to angle it so it doesn't stick through the roof. And a couple more clicks, I think, to the left. I definitely need a pass-through computer. I need to move it back just a little bit. Let me, yeah, see the fascias on the one on the right needs to match. Right, almost matches, not perfectly so. So I'm going to move it to the left, 2 clicks, and then up screen in the y-axis for 2 clicks. And I'm going to deselect it, and okay, that's a little bit too much. 1 y-axis click, or down screen in plan view click. I think that's close enough. Now, I'm going to take this and angle it some like that. And then I'm going to copy this one and then rotate it 90 degrees. And then take the point-to-point move tool, that's this one here. Left click, click on the point I want to move, and then click where I want the point to move. Okay, now this is close enough where I can join the roofs with the Join Roofs tool. Join the edges. Okay, I need to make this return a little bit smaller, so I'm going to drag it over here and make this parallel to the house with a parallel tool. Well, okay, it didn't move. I'll just manually move it then. Sometimes the automatic tools just don't work and you have to just fix it. Now let's check that in the overview camera. And now the only thing wrong with that I see is it's not a perfect match. Let me go to an elevation camera. But the point of this video is not to, you know, make a perfect video. I'm just showing you how this can be done. I wanted an elevation camera, so I have dimension tools. We'll go over here, and I'm just going to measure from this edge to this edge. Let's see, what is that? Look down the task. Oh, it's about 3 feet. And see, this roof plane doesn't match this one in height, so I need to fix that as well. We'll click on this roof plane and make it a bit smaller until its fascia top height matches the fascia top height of its twin, which is 158. Remember? Now, I can't just input that there. It would throw everything into. Well, I guess not. No, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to drag it incrementally and then open the dialog box and see how much that changed the fascia top value. Okay, I've got it too high. That's what it was. Going in the wrong direction. I want to get it down to 158. I believe that's what it was. On this one, I believe it was 158. 158 and a half. closer. I mean, I'd rather not raise or lower the roof plane to get the 158. That's the reason I'm doing it, this trial and error method. Closer. I'm going to zoom in so I have greater control over the object. Get closer. I just thought of an easier way to do this. Let me show you that way. I'm going to use the dimension tool. I'm sorry, a little stupid. I just now thought of this. I'll draw a dimension over here to the edge of this roof plane. See, there's a flat edge of that roof plane, and then we'll go to the other side. Now you need to make sure the dimension point's where you intend for it to be, because it's liable to go any damn where on its own. Okay, so now I can click on the edge of that return, and it's supposed to be 11 foot 8 1/4. 11 foot 8.25 inches. Well, it didn't move. 11 foot 8 1/2. Do it differently. Well, maybe it's not dimensioning to where I thought it was. Uh-oh. I went too far and got rid of the edge. So I hit undo. I don't know why this is being so hard. 8.5 inches. Well, okay, I finally got it. Oh, only it needs to be 1/4. Oops. There we go. Now when I open this thing, it ought to have the right fascia top height. Yeah, if I can ever select the roof plane, that is. Close enough. Sitting at within a 16th. Now, to finish this up, I'm going back to the... Oh, well, doing that actually created an automatic return. But that's not the automatic return we want, so I'm going to turn that one off in the roof plane. Go over to options and turn the box sieves off. Come on. Okay, now I need to move this. Yeah, I need to move it out some. So I'm going to go transform replicate. I select that return piece, and I'm going to move it in the Y delta -1 inch. In this camera view, it would be 1 inch closer to my nose. Okay, I think that looks better. Now we've got a little bit of a problem here because this is a little bit asymmetric. Now the next thing is to take this return and make it 36 inches wide, but I'm not going to do it in this camera. This is harder than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. It's worth learning. Yeah, see that return is 2'4". Oh, it's not measuring to the return, it's measuring to a wall. Okay, and we want 3 feet. And it's still not measuring to the return. I mean, it's probably measuring to the center of the wall or something. Okay, 3 feet. Here we go. And now we can take this piece. I'm going to move it with the arrow keys to the right. Actually, that's kind of a waste of time. I'm just going to drag it over here. And then I'll use point to point. When you want to do things precisely, the point to point move tool is your friend. And now we'll check that in the overview camera. Okay. This little piece is dropped down some. Otherwise, we're pretty much done. What's the fascia top here should be 158 and a half. Okay. I'm going to lock the pitch so that the pitch doesn't change when I change this value. I'm going to change that to 158 and a half. So it matches the right-hand side. And then this little piece, I'm going to open it up, and again, lock the pitch, and then change the fascia top value to 158, and it's supposed to be 1/4, isn't it? I messed that up again. But this is what Eric is talking about in terms of fixing it manually. Let me fix this one also. See, I screwed up. You lock the pitch so that the pitch doesn't change, and then change the value that you want to move it. Now we got a mirror image of the one on the right. Okay, now this, let's take a look at that. I'm going to go back to plan. It's a little hard to see, but here's that roof plane. That's our roof baseline. What's this? Okay, here's where it is. We got this triangle. This is either automatically produced or whatever. But let me take a look at that in an overview camera. Some of you might complain that this is taking too long, but this is a tutorial. It's to help the guy. Oh yeah, that's the whoops. Problem is, since this is squared off like the right-hand side, this wouldn't be a triangle shape. It would be squared off as well. So I'm going to go to this roof plane here, hit the tab key to get the roof plane, and then break it. I'd say right along where the baseline is, and then another break. Left click on that, and then left click where I want the break, and we'll flatten that out. And I don't worry about this sort of detail. If it's off a little bit, the roofers aren't going to build it wrong. I just want it to look right in elevation. That's looking better. You look at it in an overview. I don't want any fascia showing there. Let me click there and go up roof with it. I also don't want a hole in the roof, which we may get if I keep dragging that back. It may be that I have to alter this roof plane also, or the one on the left. No, that one's been, I guess, I don't know, you'll have to decide yourself how you're going to build that in the field, and then make it look right. Now what Eric was talking about on the dormer, let's switch around there. Let me show you something about sheep. Whoops. I can get the thing in a viewpoint that I want. Keep jumping around, damn it. Okay. So you click there and you get the room dialog box. I'm going to hit the tab key, and there's the wall polyline. And the wall stops in plan view right here. And so and this is an automatically generated attic wall up here. And so it leaves a gap. And so what Eric was talking about, I can close these other camera views I have open. Okay. Yeah, now we have just the two cameras open. Let me find that area in plan view. Okay, that's over here, but on the second floor. Yeah. And here you have your hole in the roof polyline, that, you know, chops out for the dormer, and that's fine. And see, these walls stop where they stop, and they need to come all the way up to here. Maybe you don't want them showing in plan view, but I'm just going to drag that up to where this dashed line is showing where the slant of the roof meets the slant of the flat ceiling. I doubt that that's going to fix it. Yeah, see, it's beginning to close up. What Eric is talking about is, let's see. I'm going to need to, I'm going to go down to the first floor, and I need this hole up on the where I'm working. So, all right, I'm going to take this roof plane here. It's part of this roof plane here, so I'm going to send it up one floor so that it appears where in the area where I'm going to work in concert with those walls. So here's the mother roof plane, and there's the hole. And what Eric's talking about, you take this hole in the wall, hole in the roof, excuse me, not hole in the wall, hole in the roof polyline. I'm going to break it right there on both sides. Left click, left click. Now I'm going to drag this part that I've sectioned off just inside that little section of wall on both sides. And this little piece, whoop, okay, I need to take the wall break tool and section these off. So we have an isolated little piece here, and those I'm going to reprogram. Go to the roof tab, and that's what he's talking about. Roof cuts wall at bottom in the wall specification dialog of those two little walls. And that should fix the visual problem you're having. Except the materials don't match. And this goobered up for some, oh, I see, that wall polygon got turned inside out for some reason. You just straighten that out. Hopefully. Yeah, this material is wrong. So you must have customized. Okay, anyway, let me see what this wall type is that you used. And it's a siding 4. Let me see what material you put on it. Wall exterior, there it is. What is that? I'm going to click on it just to find out what the name is. And it's chestnut brown. Okay, fine. Hardy board, siding, chestnut brown. Okay. Now this wall here, I hit the tab key and get this wall polyline. And we'll see what material it has on the outside. Well, it's a different material, and that's the reason it's showing them a different material. So let's change it, go to plan materials. And we want to find that, oh hell, what was the name of that? Chestnut brown, wasn't it? There it is. Might have to do the same action with the other side. That deselect, well, what is that? Okay. That you should have fixed it, didn't. We'll put that material on it. Let me find out what that material is. Lap siding. What the hell? I don't know where that's coming from. Let me try it one more time. That should fix that. I don't know what's... Let's see if that's the wall that I put there. Roof tab dummy. Yeah, that's the one I placed. But as you can see, it's going all the way to the ground. I mean, all the way to the floor, which is probably not what you want. look at it in here. Yeah, see on this side, it, on this side it looks like it's cutting it off properly. Over here, for some reason, it's not cutting it off. And it's causing secondary, what the heck? I probably just need to move this over just a shade. Let's see if that fixes that. Maybe it's out of alignment or something. No. Oh, that's kind of vexing. Yeah, I'm sure the other side's fine. Let's look at it. Where's the, there it is. Well, it's not fine. And this wall polyline turned inside out. That should fix that. Now what's wrong with this? Looks fine on the inside. Well, there's the wall. I guess I need to move the wall polyline over a little bit. I mean, the hole in the roof. Might just be grazing that wall a little bit. Come on, move over a little bit. Well, this turned out to be a lot more difficult than I assumed it would be. I'm just going to jiggle this around and see if I can't get it to... no, that messed it up. This is too damn hard. Shouldn't be this hard. I've never had this particular problem before. So when I get a problem like that, I don't call tech support. I just keep diddling with it until I can figure out what's wrong. Only after I've done that and failed would I then call tech support. Oh, bother. You can also just do it this way, which is, it's going to leave, okay, that worked. How about that? I didn't think that it was going to work. Well, it sort of worked. Not cool. What is that brown thing? This has been a lot harder than I usually have with this sort of, whoops, don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to hit the tab key. Shouldn't be this hard to reinvent the wheel, but it's just this particular one's being kind of difficult. Well, that sucks. And try one more thing. I'm going to try the spray can. Chestnut brown. Okay. I don't know where that blue stuff's coming from. Let me open the dialog box of that thing and see where it's coming from. Oh, that's where it's coming from. You never change the material on the default. You must use the paintbrush or something like that to change the that's a bad way to do it. Just do it this way. Click on it, go to Plan Materials, find Chestnut Brown. Where'd the C's go? See, and this will globally change all the materials to chestnut brown. We won't see that blue crap anymore. I don't know why the other methods didn't work, but that worked. Okay, we got this side fixed, at least on the outside. And this side's being I'm going to try something here and just open the dialog box of that wall and go over to the structure tab and just make those checks again and see if the software won't straighten it out. Sometimes that it works. Okay, it did work. Good. And try it on this side. See, once you manually reshape a wall, it won't automatically reshape itself unless you do this. Maybe we can live happily ever after with this thing now. It looks good on the inside. Let's close that, go to the outside. Let me hit F5 to refresh the screen. We're getting some Z fighting there for some reason. And some of these surfaces, let me check that. What are wall types? Oh, it's interior 4. I see. Okay. See, this isn't the same, I don't think. Let me see. What kind of wall type is this one? That's interior 4. You just painted the outside and inside with the same material, which is fine. So what's wrong with this piece of crap? What's wrong with this wall being a problem? Well, it looks fine on the inside, doesn't look fine on the outside, so I'm going to cheat. Hope you appreciate all the effort I'm going to, but it's kind of fun to figure out other people's problems sometimes. Okay, there's a problem area. When all else fails, you can just cheat. Look, we got ceiling sticking through here. That's what this brown rectangle is, I think. I'm just going to draw a polyline figure over that area and make it into a triangle. I'm going to make that triangle conform to that angle. That's pretty close. Okay, now I'm going to convert that two-dimensional item to a three-dimensional item called polyline solid. I'm going to make it, I just need it for the outside, so I'm just going to make it 3 inches thick. And on the line style tab, I'm going to uncheck the bumping because I don't want it bumping into things. And then we'll set the material to our chestnut brown. So it's thick enough where it'll fill in the outside, but skinny enough where it won't intrude into the inside and create a mismatch on the patterns. So we want to go to plan materials, hit the C key to go to the C's, and there it is. Now the thing with polyline solids is you draw them in an elevation camera, but you don't know exactly where they're going to end up in plan view, so you have to look. And they usually end up on the first floor, not the second floor. Where is that stupid thing? I think they come in on the CAD default layer. Let me make sure that layer is on. CAD default, yeah, it's on. I figured it would be. I don't see my polyline, my 3-inch thick polyline solid anywhere. Where are you? No, it's not up there. Boy, well, just working on your plan has been annoying. It's not your fault. Well, I can't find the thing now. Is that it? There it is. Okay. Let me stick it out here so I can find it in plan view. There it is. Okay. It was probably when unlike usual, it went to exactly where I drew it, so it threw me off a little bit. Let me line that up with the outside layer. Come and get over there. Go back to the. Why can't I see it? So that's the trouble with polyline solids. You can't tell in plan view where they are in the z-axis. Well, there it is. Let me move it out here, and then we'll look at it in an elevation camera, a back-clipped camera. It's probably just, yeah, there it is. Well, it's at the right height and so forth. You just need that little triangle filled in. Let's see if it shows up in the isometric camera. There it is. So that needs to move minus x. Oh, I'm using there we go. I figured out which arrow key to move it. Okay, one more click, I think, and then I need to expand the size of it. Just write this tutorial off to there's always something you can do about it if you're willing to do so. Okay, I'm going to move that one more click. No, not the wrong way. Okay, it's beginning to look good. There it is. And we'll move that over in the arrow keys. Whoops, that moved too much. I want this right on the outside, just slightly past the outside layer. There you go. Now it's not perfect either. You can kind of see the edges. Well, there's that ceiling plane, ceiling surface sticking through there, but that's not too bad. So this didn't go very smoothly, but it did go because I intended for it to, and like this here, I don't know what's causing that. You know, you can use this tool here to temporarily remove a surface. You know, from a camera view. Well, now I got a hole in the wall. Put that back. That looks like maybe a ceiling plane sticking through the wall there. Now, if you want perfection, you can get it, but sometimes you have to work for it. So we got that return there. Not real happy with that, but that's your design. That's your problem to figure out. Okay, I think that's all the damage I can do. I thought it would be useful for you to watch me do these things. It's usually not quite as hard as I made it look, but when you really learn all the available tools, there's nothing you can't do as long as you're willing to take the time to do it. Thank you for watching.